Peter, Pete, that is a green light that I have been waiting for. That is the word from the control room. That is the word we wanted. When they say go, that must mean we are live. So here we are on a special Saturday Night Live. I say special, we are coming hot off of USDE 23. And we had something special in the works. We probably would have did a little bit more of a USDE recap. We'll probably do that next weekend. We'll do a full hour more focus on USDE. Tonight, we're going to welcome you to a special edition of the Rad Show, something months in the making, trying to coordinate and collaborate, trying to hone in on a time that we could get these guys here. So this is very exciting. I want to welcome you officially. My name is Mike, owner and operator of Carryallrc. If you stumbled across us for the very first time, maybe you are here because of our guest, I just want to officially welcome you, encourage you to please hit that bell. Remember to subscribe. Join us for the weekly fund. If you are one of our many repeat customers coming back for more week after week, we thank you. We thank you from the bottom of our heart. We totally enjoy what we are doing here. A couple of RC addicted dads giving you the lighter side of RC cars. This isn't a DIY tech tip show. This is strictly the lighter side. Giving you RC from our vision, you know, a look at RC through our lens. That's as simple as we can get it, and giving a platform and an outlet to our guests to come on and hang out with us on our YouTube live stream. We are a couple of amateurs. We are not paid professionals. The bloopers are free and you are welcome, and they come in a many forms. So this is not a blooper-free world. This is live. It happens, but that's what makes it authentic. So, like any good show, this is a two-man tag team. I cannot do this alone. And I am here week after week with my good friend, my ride or die, my co-host with the mostest, Peter. How are you, sir?
Hey, Mike, how you doing? Good to be back. Good to see you back. I know you were at USDE. Looked at a lot of videos, a lot of content, man. I'm sorry I missed it, man. Looked like a blast. USDE looked fun. You guys are out there in the warm weather. Northeast had some cold days, but yeah, just been busy here, you know, wrenching, doing some things, getting some projects. You know, we've been talking about some stuff coming our way soon. We got Fish and Bill in the chat room. We got people coming in. Bobby Linkquist, thanks for joining. Yeah, excited about the guest tonight. I own one of their products. Big fan. I remember a lot of people telling me, oh, you got to try this out. You got to get this set up. And I'm so glad I did. So I'm very interested to hear more about our guests' products they're working on, future vision. Very excited. I'd like to thank our sponsors each week. Carryallrc, Treal Hobby, CowRc, Rebel RC, Crazy Crawler Foams, Powerhobby, 2.4 Designs, Rollercoat RC, RC Misfits, Scale Rat, Adventure RC, Wesmade, RC Prorack, FMS, Race Place Hobbies, Remote Control Hobbies Orlando, and Real Sticky. I'd like to remind everybody, definitely subscribe to our Facebook, Rad Rc Show. I post a lot of updates in there. And also we have an Instagram page. And remember, like Mike said, to follow us. We're getting close to that FMS giveaway. We got a lot more giveaways in store. We're about 454 subscribers. Once we hit 500, somebody's going home with a brand new FMS in the box. So support the show. If you want to help us out, share the link, tell your friends, tell your wife, your girlfriend, get us a follow. So yeah, it's been interesting. You know, the weather here in the Northeast, Mike, we'll talk about that real quick. I mean, I got guys at work wearing shorts. We're in February. I mean, you know, we're supposed to get snow tomorrow, like a dusting, but today was a little cold, but we've been 50s. It's going to be 50 next week again.
That's interesting that you're even getting snow where you are, because we're not that far apart, and I'm staring down the barrel of a 50-degree sunny day tomorrow. So We did all the errands today. We went out shopping for new drums today. My son's getting into the heavy metal. Apparently, we need a double bass drum now all of a sudden. So things are escalating quickly. I came home and have been restringing his guitar. He's learning how to play bass. I mean, we're starting a freaking rock band over here, the Rad Rock Band. I don't know. But it is freaking fun. I am so uncoordinated when it comes to anything musical. Maybe a tambourine I can handle, or one of those shakers might be as extreme as I'll get. But the drums are a workout, and I truly enjoyed it. So we hung out at Guitar Center or something today at the mall. Like I said, literally double bass drum, double kick bass drum shopping. I don't even know what all this crap is. But yeah, I'm staring down the barrel of a 50-degree day tomorrow, Pete. So I plan on getting out. So much happened. Seriously, we are going to need an hour to completely recap USDE. I brought home a new truck from USDE, a TF3, completely all done up by Scale Rad. Thing's gorgeous. But again, I see Bobby's here, and I just want to give Bobby a huge shout out. He made it possible. Saturday night before USDE, this guy jumped into action, literally overnighted some final decal work to help bring my Knight Rider theme build to life. And Pete, I won not one staff pick in a show and shine event. The SEMA of USDE, or the SEMA of scale, is USDE. You are dealing with 500 trucks out there in the 500 trucks that we're dealing with out there in that and 500 entries into the show and shine, Pete.
Oh, I know.
Not only did I win one staff pick, I geeked out. I'm like, holy crap. I got two. The second judge comes along, feeds in two of them. 2 picks, bro. So huge freaking humbled. Badge of honor. I have them hung up now in my Bobby RC garage. Those things will be cherished for a lifetime. So if you can contend in a SEMA event like that, like, bro, you're doing something right. Now, I get it. Lexan body, cheater truck. It had a 4-minute audio loop due to Scale Audio Solutions. Helped me out with the Knight Rider theme, playing the intro and the sound effects. So every time a judge walked by my truck, I just would sit there with my Bluetooth on my phone and just like kind of rewind 10 seconds, get their attention. It was a total cheat. I get it. But however you're going to get a staff pick, I don't care. I will take it.
Well, it's funny you say that. You remember my Forerunner, and just to go. Oh man, I remember that day last year. Go to the show and shine. I put months and months into this Forerunner. But here's the thing, for people that haven't been to USDE, to your point, you got 500 of some of the most top quality rigs. I mean, I painted the interior, scale everything, scale banner, pop out. I had a surfboard. Anything you could think of is on that Forerunner. And, it just wasn't, like you said, Mike, last week, last time we met, there's people with working windshield wipers that didn't get a staff.
Yeah.
So I had the pop out tent. I had every scale accessory on this Forerunner. Still my favorite rig, but I didn't get a pick, So that's the way, the point of that is scale is all in the vision of the judge and what they're looking for at that moment. And, you think you got working windows that's going to win a trophy. I mean,
dude, working dipsticks that pulled out of the engine, radiators that functioned.
Wow.
For Dreamer's Bronco or his Blazer that we did, I literally took E6000 and made and colored the E6000 Dorito orange so it would blend in. We put Dorito, and I took paint on the tips of the scale driver's fingers so it looked like he had been eating Doritos, smeared it around the lips of the scale driver, broke up Dorito crumbles on his chest. The dude's sitting there literally eating a bag of Doritos. And we put Doritos in the back of his Blazer with little scale rats from Scale Rat, hooked us up with little rats in the back. I mean, we went next level, and that truck didn't even make it. Like, you can't, we're not talking just bolt-on scale accessories. It's next level stuff going on. Yeah, so much respect. Came home with a bunch of toys. We got the crawler park. Crawler parks.
I saw your post, man. You got a lot of putting together to do on that thing.
Yeah, dude. Some assembly required, but it actually goes together very well. It pops out very easy and snaps together very, very quickly. It is not bad at all. There we go. Yeah, so great stuff. And so Pete, let's stay on point here. We won't leave our guests hanging. This has been months in the making. I don't know why this light keeps kicking out. Months in the making. So first of all, Fish and Bill, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We got to meet a lot of the fans of the Rad Show, Pete. We have plenty of stuff to post up in our Facebook page or Instagram page. Say thank you to all these people. One of them won one of our scale light up Rad Show signs. The girl was stoked. I mean, out of her mind, loving it. Watches us every week from her craft, in her little craft room. Every week she puts us on. She's like, you guys are sitting up there on my big screen each week. I look forward to it. So big shout out to you. It's that kind of inspiration that makes us keep moving on and doing what we're doing.
Well, and I remember you told me you ran into Jeff, the guy.
Yes, and I got a selfie with the dude. Like, the guy's not a bot. Like, we literally have this stalker that's here week after week. I'm waiting for Jeff to jump in here. If he doesn't show up, I broke the guy. I kidnapped him. But yeah, we got a selfie with him. It was such a great experience to start through USDE. Hey, love the Rad Show. Keep it up. You know, like, it just feels good to know that the show's connecting with people and they're understanding what we're trying to do here, being an outlet to meet companies like Teamgaragehack, to get all three of them together in one hub and let them fire off and answer some questions. We're super stoked for tonight. And yeah, like you said, supporters of the product and fans of what they are doing. Once they get on, I'll do my little skit here. I have an intro as to why they are here, to explain, you know, the love that Teamgaragehack puts out. But yeah, I'm excited, Pete. I'm just living on cloud 9 right now. It's that simple.
All right, let's bring him in.
I'm going to bail on that center light. That thing is just not working. Now that, wow. Now that is a crew. Look at these guys all dressed up for the occasion. Pete, we're almost not worthy.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we come with t-shirts and sweatshirts. These guys are in top.
I didn't know this was a formal event, fellas.
Yay.
I love it.
I feel like to dress up for the show.
Well, we greatly appreciate that. Next time we will have to send out a memo to get the dress code, so we might have our tuxes on next time. But that is a proper outfit, fellas. What a way to make a statement for who Teamgaragehack is. A little bit of personality. It shows the spirit that you guys bring to the RC hobby right out of the gate. And thank you so much.
No problem. No problem. We're working on our technical end over here. We're trying to pop you up on the big screens next to us so we can
take your time. Take your time. Get yourselves right. While we wait for you guys to get yourselves together, Peter and I had a moment to start doing a small introduction. And what we have here tonight is a group of guys, a company called Teamgaragehack. Right out of the gate, you can see that Teamgaragehack is a multiple owner, multiple collaborating companies, the three of them coming to us live from their clubhouse. So right out of the gate, Pete, if that doesn't make you jealous, they literally have a clubhouse. Like, how much would you love to live in, I think it's Colorado where they're from, to be able to hit their clubhouse and just hang out? And not only does this clubhouse just do RC stuff, these guys are like participating in their town. And I saw them at their Halloween parade and giving love back to the town. I mean, that's taking RC and reaching outside the box and growing the hobby right there. That's like everything we wanted. I'm jealous.
I mean, I think if we're ever up that way, we should definitely go check it out. I mean, they, big supporters of the RC hobby. And you can't, if you're in the comp scene or like the RC hobby, you can't go anywhere without knowing what TGH is. So, I'm a big supporter, looking to get my second one very soon. Still since I bought it, no issues, no problem. Transmission, rails, everything, quality stuff, man. Quality stuff.
Absolutely.
Just so you guys know, you're welcome anytime at the clubhouse.
Well, thank you. That is a huge honor, and I know Jeremy Kilburn happened to be in the area once and stopped in to see it. He had that on his to-do list, and he came home with high remarks. The clubhouse is the place to be. I am super duper jealous. I wish we had something like that in our town.
We'll put that on the event calendar, Mike.
There we go.
Oh, Brazen. Say hi to Brazen. Say hi to Bobby.
Hi, Brazen.
Hi, Bobby.
Well, thanks for the introduction.
Absolutely.
Welcome to the TGH Clubhouse.
Yes, indeed.
We suck at live streams, and we suck.
We show it very well.
We sent you our itinerary on the show so we could try to keep this train on track. Either that, or we know exactly where it fell off the tracks.
Okay. Well, listen, I think you guys are doing a wonderful job out of the gate, and the bloopers are what make this authentic. This is kind of that exclamation mark on the point that we try to make, that honestly, we are all just RC enthusiasts. We are not here social media experts. We're running, just regular hardware. But at the end of the day, the one thing that we are all bringing to the table tonight is a passion for RC. And if you stumbled across this show tonight and you do not know what RC means, scroll on, because honestly, we are going to bore the living socks off of you right about now. If you are all formally ready to I'd love to fire off right to left, my left to right, however you guys want to do it. Give us some names and an intro. I think that's the best way to do this. That's what I said. Take a pick. Start with
TGH.
Yeah, Bryce is a driver, if you will, right?
Driver tested, mechanic approved.
He's got this knack about making a brick look good. I don't know what it is, but at any rate, my name's Chris. I'm TGH as well, and then there's this guy.
I'm Mike. I'm the last one of the clown squad, I guess.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Bryce is the driver, Mike's the shipper and assembler, and I'm the drawer. And then we collectively just screw it up together.
Right.
We were built on family principles, and we are grown and argued over daily. That's for sure.
For sure.
We didn't argue yet today.
And real quick,
we were trying to go live stream.
And throughout the whole show, we're going to do a fundraiser for Operation 11 Charlie. We're going to be giving away one of our brand new HOG chassis. So to anybody who wants to start that bidding, we'll keep reminding everybody throughout the show, but that's going to go to a good cause. Those guys do better things with the stock truck than we've ever done with any of our stuff. So what they're doing over there, we appreciate them. So we want to support them.
Well, as a fellow veteran, I will get the party started with $25.
Hell yeah.
Sounds like a winner. We better disclose that it's okay to be overseas and support our veterans. So we'll cover that shipping.
All right.
So
Roger that.
We'll just go through the chats, and wherever the show ends with the highest bidder, that's where it goes on, and who knows what might get thrown into that throughout the night. We've been
Peter,
Mike's already out. Mike's already out. Mike's already out. We're up to 100.
Okay, Peter, you do it right now. I want you to put in Bobby's RC Garage also. We're going to match this.
You're going to match 100?
Yeah.
We already have 100.
No. Peter, I want to put in a Bobby RC Garage, And whoever wins tonight, we are going to include a micro scale garage from Bobby RC also. So whoever wins the raffle waffle from TGH, the Rad Show will kick in a micro scale garage to you.
Any funds that are generated, we'll gladly cover the shipping of that, and we're happy to cover the shipping of your scale garage too. Absolutely. And then we'll work with Javier over at Operation 11 Charlie, and we'll get him the funds directly.
Cool.
So,
all right,
I love it.
So we got the garage and we got the chassis and brazen scales up to 100. So that's our big.
He knows what he's getting.
This will get the party started. This will kind of loosen things up a little bit. So thank you, fellas. There is a reason that you are all here tonight, and it is from Mr. Bryce sitting there. He came out to the Dirty Jersey for a fairway crawl with Joey, and it was really Joey and what Bryce had done. Really represented the Team Garagehack family very, very well. We did a very unique event at the Fairway Crawl where you kind of drew a token and were partnered up with somebody. So it was a duo, a tandem run through the course. Luckily, I pulled a superstar. Joey, this guy, I'm sure you all know at the clubhouse, the man can wheel, right? It's got to be a fact. And this stud, not only did he, do his job, but continued to pick up my slack. And, listen, I was no help to the man. I was a boat anchor, and
that's what I do.
No, that's what I do.
I mean, my close my eyes and full throttle technique was not working so well, but this kid did not flinch. He did not flinch. He just, come on. It did everything he could to coach me, made it one of the most enjoyable parts of the weekend. And it was literally because of those two being out there and the way that he showed us how the Team Garagehack ambassadors work, the family. It is something to be proud of, and it is something to support people. If you do purchase a Team Garagehack product, you are getting the customer service, you are getting product that has been tested and it is being used by these guys. So I mean, if that is not a reason to buy something from you all, I don't know what is.
Well, thank you for that, and we're awful proud of all our team drivers. Every one of them represents us good, and they beat us quite often. So that's why we're so sharp out there. It's because we push each other daily when we're here playing at the clubhouse. Absolutely. Wherever we're at, we're always got a little inner competition going amongst ourselves, because we know if we can beat one of us, there's a good chance we're going to be up top of somewhere out there on the list.
Yeah, and for not only our drivers, but just our overall arching umbrella of TGH in general. The company was started it wasn't even a company, right? We started making things so we could buy stickers and potlucks for a local hobby shop, Yeah. And then it turned in, that didn't last very long. But at any rate, what you experienced with Joe out there is exactly how every single person that's a part of our family operates, right? We don't care what you drive, we don't care what parts you use, we don't care.
There's room for everybody.
Yeah, we don't care. Like it's grown adults most of the time. Occasionally
There's a kid
here or there, but mostly it's grown adults playing with toy trucks, right? And it's easy to lose sight of, and we have to check ourselves too, right? We get excited every once in a while, but the goal is to share
the knowledge, share and grow.
Yeah, share what we've learned, share what we've got, and grow the hobby. Yeah, I mean, that's when Joe come out there and did that, that's all he was doing. He has the same, every one of our family members here have the same mindset and vision, and that's why they're TGH, right? You would not believe probably in the thousands of requests for team driver type stuff. And it's like, yeah, we'd love to, but we haven't figured out how to do that because we need to know you. We need to travel with you. We need to, you know, we want to know how you talk to the waitress at the restaurant, right? We want to know, you know, those kinds of things matter because that's an aspect of your character.
Who you are, exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, you know, none of us are perfect by any means, you know.
But we just spent so much time with each other. Now we don't know how to draft team drivers. Because it's like your team's your family. So how do you bring somebody in the family without marrying them in? And it's like, well, who likes the in-laws? Not
everybody likes the in-laws, right? You know, but we've got family that's not team drivers, like John Bray in Oklahoma. We've got Jake here in town. Melissa. Well, Melissa's a team driver, but you know, even Arsley and Pearson, you know, they've stepped down from team driver positions, but you know, they're responsible partly. You know, everybody that's been involved is responsible, has a hand in why we're here.
And that's Joe. Said hi, Joe.
Hi, Joe. Joe G.
Joey G.
Well, it's just like Charlie, right? You can't go wrong with that. You know, they're using toys for the benefit of people's mental health.
Absolutely.
You know, and they have a very, very, very good structure to it. And we're proud to say that we donate tens of thousands of dollars to them over the last 4 years. And that's part of that giving back. When you buy something from TGH, you know, there's a high likelihood that it's being paid for somewhere. So,
well, it's funny, you know, to go back to your family and team drivers. So I manage Treal Hobbies and I have a bunch of drivers underneath me, and to find a good quality candidate that represents your brand in a positive way is very hard, because you talk about team drivers. So I'm in the search looking at people, interviewing them on the phone, having that guy go to a comp without the managing partners or the owners, and trusting them as a family member to represent your brand in a positive light is very hard these days. And I say that with a lot of different, because, you know, to have that guy go out and say, I'm a TGH driver, you should know that's going to be mentioned in a positive light. And to find that,
and you know, everybody makes errors, though. I mean, we're human, right? I mean, we can all. I can attest to letting my emotions get the button of me, because I'll go from 0 to 1,000 miles an hour real quick, right? So it's okay to make it. You know, it's okay to make a mistake, but it's also, it's not what you did yesterday. It's what you do about it today, right? And we're all pretty guilty of making those mistakes.
It's not necessarily about how you represent the brand. It's kind of how you represent the hobby too. We're a big part of it. We don't care of where you placed. We'd rather have somebody have a good experience with you.
Because you were there helping them experience.
They had a great experience at this event because so-and-so helped them, just like Mike with Joe. You know, so-and-so helped me at this event, and you know, even though I finished 57th, I had a great time. That's more important.
About having fun. That's why we're grown men.
Well,
we're here.
From a Carryallrc standpoint, it was very important when we started our adventure team was to find a group of guys, a part of this team, that were going to put out the same passion and enthusiasm that the company was putting out, the same investment that I was putting in. I wanted that continued on. And what I did was put a red X on the adventure team family members so that red X would stand out in the crowd. The reason why is any one of our adventure team members will literally take the battery out of their car and give it to someone else to make their day better than their own. The reason why, they are there to grow the hobby, period. They will take the tires off their own car out on a trail and give them to somebody else if they need it. And if you spot that red X on a trail, know that is a safe place to go. They are carrying hardware, tools. If you break down, these guys are there to help you. So finding family members is key. It's only hard when you need to cut a family member. So it gets a little tricky, because it is still a business at the end of the day. And we get a lot of questions about, hey, I want to be a team driver. How do I start? You know, it is a complicated, muddy world also when you mix business with pleasure. So.
Yeah, so we've got an example just like that, Mike. We had some guy from the East Coast. We never met him before, never seen him, right? Richard Cavalier, Z27, I forget.
Yep.
Richard something, right?
Yep. Richard.
So this guy comes into town and they're going up to Yellowstone and all that jazz out of Denver. But he wanted to make it a point to stop by the clubhouse. And our door is welcome to, it's open to anyone. We do not, I mean, Keith Haas, our shop manager, the guy that runs our day-to-day, there's Exos, there's Corrupts, there's Brazens, there's G-Speeds, there's RC, you know, everything is on the wall over there. Just because we're TGH and you walk in the door, it's not just TGH, right? So this guy comes in and he's like, oh, we're going to Yellowstone. Bryce gives him Mama. Where's Mama?
He hit it.
Gives him Mama and says, when you coming back to town? The guy's like, sometime next week. He's like, okay, here's 3 phone numbers. You call one of us and let us know when you're driving back to the airport and we'll meet you there to pick up Mama.
Yeah.
And this guy took Mama for a week and a half.
Cross country.
Weekend.
On a drive.
Well, weekend. It was the
weekend,
weekend, right?
Because he came out and he didn't have a truck. And I was like, well, you can't be here without a truck.
Yeah, who comes to the club? Do not come to the clubhouse without a truck. If you
No
do,
doubt.
you're going to be forced to drive mine, Bryce's, or Mike's. I don't know what to tell you.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's like the only rule here is
And you're gonna get heckled a lot.
a lot.
From
dude.
everybody here.
Who shows up to the clubhouse without a truck?
You better have some thick skin around you guys. And I love how self-deprecating you all are. Finding the humor in this is, you know, so comforting to see you guys not take yourself so serious.
Well, and we've had to check that a time or two. I don't know if you've met
Every other week.
Winchy the winch stick yet.
Oh gosh.
But the only reason Winchy the winch stick even exists is because my buddy AJ and me, we were playing traffic cones over land anchors and winch sticks one day. And we started to get excited. So Bryce said, let's make Winchy a mascot. So I start calling around and whoops. 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 Right. $10,000 to get that guy to the and you know what? That's okay though.
And 3 months later, we had a Winchy.
We had a Winchy.
I think that thing's cool, man.
He might show up later tonight.
You never know. He makes appearances.
I hope so.
But
I've never met the guy personally, face to face.
yeah, Winchy and Bryce are never together. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
But you know
All
what?
right.
That just goes to show. It's like, hey, and we got something for you too, AJ. It's called Larry the Land Anchor.
Yeah.
And Larry the Land Anchor, he's got a pocket protector, some ink
Old
pens,
angry land anchor.
yeah, and
Some
some
thick
really
old
thick glasses.
Like some bottle cap thick sides.
Yeah.
Real serious guy.
Real serious.
Real
guy.
serious.
Yeah.
All about scale.
So serious.
All right, let's hold up what you guys are raffling off, and what are we fundraising for tonight? Operation 11 Charlie. Kick in some money here, people. This is your chance.
We just got a bid.
All right, thank you.
Guess who it is, Mike?
Who is it?
Your buddy Jeff. 120.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, look in the
Hey, you know
comments.
Go to a good cause. Go to a
Yeah,
good
so
cause.
let's do this. Let's do this. Peter's got the micro garage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right there, right?
Nice.
Right. We're gonna,
Yeah.
Peter, we're gonna need one of those. If you could invoice, we'll pay double for that.
Probably. At least.
We'll go ahead and throw in Ford motor mount and the Ford motor mount set up with that. Because
Why not?
really,
Why
that I mean,
not?
other than that,
Yeah.
it's just like the old chassis. There's,
Yeah.
you know, it's a very minimalistic chassis when you compare it to the Sherpa. All the link
It's
bounce.
gorgeous.
It's pretty. But all the link pockets and everything have been placed so that previous link dimensions all work. You've got some adjustability with your servo mount and panhard. You know, you can go, I might want to plug in my PC.
We'll make sure that they get a micro scale garage at that clubhouse if they need one, because that would be dope as hell.
Oh, you guys haven't seen my daughter's dollhouse. If you go to
No.
Facebook. So Wesley Simone at No Mercy Racing, he's a 3D printing genius. He really is.
One of the family.
Yeah, he's family for sure. And I use that word pretty heavily because we started the company 3D printing, right? And Wesley got into it way after we did, and he has surpassed us tenfold. But he built I don't know, it's like 36 by 24 inch scale garage.
Okay.
And so we call it Lucille's dollhouse. She'll go over there and put the battery back and put the toolbox. After a week of everybody playing with it, she'll go back and put everything back where it goes. And she's got Uncle Wes over there. You know, she lost his ball cap in the rock pile, but she'll slide Uncle Wes under the car.
Oh, I love it.
He's pretty sharp. So yeah, we're all about that. So yeah, we'll throw in a Ford motor mount and the Ford motor shaft, the spacers and the shims, and the bullnose skid. Yeah, the TGH bullnose skid by Vader. Just so it's complete, right?
And
Just
I'll
so
ship you the garage. And you
Or no, we'll ship. I think we're going to have to ship it separate. I think because we don't want to pay to ship it to them and then them.
We won't solve that right here. We can solve that later. Not a big deal.
Okay, not a big deal.
I can print you a shipping label and email it to you, and you can ship that thing wherever it needs to go.
Whoever gets it. Okay. Thank you, Jeff. Is Jeff high bidder right now?
Yes, he's the highest bidder, and then
All right.
Brazen and Scale just put in a comment. He's 100 is a standing donation, so that's separate.
Wow.
But,
Right on.
So Wesley and Brett, we greatly appreciate that. You know, since we're mentioning Brazen, Brazen and TGH have a pretty long history. You know, as far as TGH is concerned, we're pretty young, right? And I couldn't tell you how long some of these other companies have been around, but I know Brazen was there when we came about, right? And Brett and Wesley, their company is built on the same, you know, moral compass north type demeanor that TGH is built on. And we've actually, you know, we actually said, hey, Brett, if you want to show up to this event, you can sleep in our lodge, you know, because we'll just rent the whole lodge for the whole team or whatever. But that's really when we solidified that bond, you know. And
Same with like Gabe from
Gabe with G Speed, AJ, Super Chappy, right? All those guys.
Yeah.
We've traveled with all of them. We've, you know, our doors are their doors.
Slept on the floors with them.
Yeah, cuddled up. AJ makes an excellent small spoon.
Yeah.
Small spoon. Okay. Well, the hot seat is Brazen's anytime he wants to jump on. So please, Brazen, if you're still here, send us a message. It's what we're trying to do is reach out and meet as many as we can and give everybody an opportunity to sit in the seat, just like you guys are doing. So we're having a blast. I love getting to know you guys on this whole other level. We're going to.
Everybody, the hobby's big enough for everybody.
It sure is. And
all I'm gonna say about that is small vendors like ourselves, don't lose sight of that, right? Don't lose sight of that. It's big enough for everybody. When you think somebody's stepping on your toes, take it as growth for the hobby, take it as motivation to do something better the next time. And try, and I mean, we're guilty too, right? When we were young, we used to.
I think Bryce should just put this together while we're sitting here. Exactly. That's what makes this one special. No, that's what you're bidding on. Is you're building on Bryce's work now.
You don't want something built by Bryce, right?
Here's the screws. Here's the gun.
We will send you all the screws necessary. We will send you all the screws necessary.
You got this.
Here to ship as a package.
It doesn't matter. It's actually the same. No, it's
anyway. Go ahead, Mike. Keep it on track.
Nope. Going off the rails a little bit is what makes this thing so authentic. But we are going to try and really send this thing off the rails real quick. We are going to try and stay on point and keep with the segment of the show. This is the part when we do something called this or that. What will make this fun is we've never done it with a three-man team here. So there's going to be a little bit of overlap, but I want to hear an answer out of all of you. So each question, it's not one for the other. It's answer all of you equally answer, and we'll try and decipher it. It's a simple this or that, pick one, not like RC Girl. I don't need a third choice with an explanation on everyone. She broke the rules last week, but we love her.
So we're good at that. Whoa. Let's just start there. I like to break the rules.
Yeah.
Rules are made to be broken. I should have known that was coming. I'm already starting to sweat over here.
Well, we would ask a question and then she would slide in her own answer 3 different ways, a different way. I'm like, how is
What's wrong with that?
We'll show it. Hey, RC Girl, we'll show you how to do it right.
All right. Let's try this. Peter, I need you to set the 1 minute timer. We're going to go rapid fire. Call or text?
Too low.
Creeper T.
TGH.
Call or text? Do you prefer to call or text?
Call.
Text.
PlayStation or Xbox?
Computer.
Do you play poker or blackjack?
Oh,
I'm broke, so I don't play either.
Do you prefer a Lexan or a hard body?
Hard body.
Hard body.
Water ice or ice cream?
What?
Okay, so this is, I'm going to have to remove this question because apparently water ice must not be a West Coast thing. You don't know what a Rita's water ice is?
No.
Wow, we're going to have to remove this question. This is,
Ice cream.
Pass, move on.
yep, all right. We're taking that one off. A burger or a hot dog?
Burger, for sure. We're Americans.
Ketchup or mustard?
Mayonnaise.
Oh, what? Now we know the answer to this next one. Flat rail or C channel?
Application.
1.9 tires or 2.2?
1.55.
Tiny tire man. Coke or Pepsi?
Mountain Dew.
IPA.
We'll get to that. Burger King or McDonald's?
Ooh, McDonald's fries. Yeah, for sure.
An action movie or comedy?
Comedy.
Comedy, yeah, hands down. Yeah.
Comedy.
Cat or dog?
Dog.
Summer or winter?
Forever summer.
Winter, for sure.
Forever summer.
Forever winter.
Facebook or Instagram?
Neither.
A blonde or a brunette?
My wife's a blonde.
Sam.
Unicorns or dragons?
Set us up.
He did. Bad. That was me.
Dragons.
Dragons? Is that
UFO or Bigfoot?
Bigfoot.
I am Bigfoot. Watch out.
Crunchy peanut butter or smooth peanut butter?
Archie.
Depends on the day.
Do you
Smooth.
play air guitar or air drums?
Both.
Wow. You got to get both going, man. You got to go from both to one. Yeah.
Wine or beer?
Mountain Dew still.
Okay. PayPal or Venmo?
I hate fees.
Yes.
PayPal.
Yeah.
Tattoos or piercings?
Both seem painful. I don't have either.
Tattoos.
I don't know.
And that ends the segment of this or that. Helps.
That was
Kind of-
great. That's good stuff.
That's fun.
Oh, I'm taking
Now your
Now
turn.
your answers.
Bacon or sausage?
bacon,
Tea or coffee?
tea,
Steak or chicken?
steak. Come on, Pete.
Let's go with gravy or sauce.
What color gravy? I like yellow.
Red.
Yellow gravy. I've never even
Yeah,
seen.
no.
You
yellow
never
gravy.
seen yet? We get our choice between yellow or brown gravy here.
You need
Soda
to
or
look
pop?
at. You need to look at where you're eating. dinner.
No, was that a trick question? Soda or pop? Or is that what? I'm on the soda. We're on the soda side.
All right. Well, congratulations. You've met the pre-qualifications to be part of TGH's Friends and Family. Please send your application to Teamgaragehack.com. Further information.
Yeah. Expect 2 to 6 weeks before you hear back from emails because we got to all review it. These three to sit down and agree on anything?
So, you all have learned the hard way here how to run a company like boots on the ground, learn as you go, much like any other mom and pop. But you've had some good help along the way. Gabriel Fleming has spoken very highly of you all. And I think Gabe has been a great beacon for the RC industry. He really tries to promote the fun, and having him in your corner is never a bad thing.
Yes.
Yeah, Gabriel Fleming of San Ramon, California, G-Speed Chassis Company, who now has a storefront.
He does. Congratulations again, Gabe.
Congratulations, Gabe.
Yes.
Is by far one of the best advocates for positivity within the hobby.
Him and his whole little crew there.
His whole crew, him and his whole crew, you know, Brett Brazen, you know, it goes, you know, Boston, the Corrupt. It really though, you know, Gabe though. So Gabe and I kind of got in touch when we were first printing the transmission, way back in 18, right? And man, we just hit it off. We had similar visions. And one day he said, how big do you want to get? And I said,
Take over the world.
Let's take it over.
Yeah. I like to take over the world with everything that I do, but at any rate, I'm like, as big as it gets, I guess, you know, like we'll adjust and adapt and overcome. And here we are. But at that time we were selling like 5 transmissions a month, not like 150 orders a day, right?
Not like Gabe every day. We were not prepared to see those kind of numbers, like what he's doing worldwide, and he takes no excuses. If you give him,
if you got an excuse, that's your excuse, not his, and he
don't care.
He has an answer for it.
Yeah.
Move on, figure it out, fix it, and let's go. And,
Yep.
and he doesn't spend any negative. He does not spend energy
On negativity.
on negativity, right?
Which is
Not
great.
a single drop, which was really good for me, you know. You know, there's a lot of good things that the small manufacturers are doing. There's a lot of good things that the big manufacturers are doing, and they're coming together in a lot of different ways. But you know, you look at, and this is kind of a plug as to why we struggle sometimes. So we manage somewhere in the neighborhood of 150 product lines, right? Of those, I'd say 30% of them are all inspected, assembled, and packaged in-house, if that makes sense, right?
mm-hmm.
So it's a lot, you know, Gabe is able to focus a lot harder on that growth and positivity, right? Not caring what anybody else has got to say about it, not saying that he should. And so that's where we kind of struggle, is that, you know, a lot of our stuff we have to assemble or manufacture and build and piece together and manage.
We like to make it complicated.
Everything is difficult with us. That's why we drive gates so well, right? Difficult gates are just like our business, very, very difficult.
It's just like your day-to-day struggle. If you can make it as hard as you can on yourself, then it makes it easier going into real life, right? Like,
yeah, when we go home, life is easy.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, I don't even own a TV, so I just sit on the couch and like silence sometimes. It's really nice.
No, but Gabe with G-Speed Chassis Company, they're you know, him and his methodology and his approach, his perspective. I mean, he'll be the first to tell you he holds me accountable on a daily basis. He actually called for a video conference earlier. He tried to pretend like he wasn't wanting to talk about his dual servo mount order, but I know that's why he called, because he knew that we were getting ready for this show an hour ago, and he's like, "Well, I'm only calling just to screw up your mojo." Yeah, he's like, "I know you're down, ready," you know. And I try to give him. I'm like, "Hey, Gabe, I am busy. I'm getting ready for."
He's like, "I know you're busy."
Yeah, I know you're busy. No excuses.
You
know?
Like, it's good to hear from you too, buddy. We love
That's
you.
why I ignore him on Saturdays. I just put it.
Don't ever do that.
Don't do that.
He knows I'm joking him.
Yeah, we ignore him, and we're not joking.
He is one of the greatest soldiers out there for the RC industry. And he is what directed us your way. Like right out of the gate, you know, I'm not a flat rail guy. It's not too often that, you know, I keep 1 or 2 of them in my fleet, and push us right towards TGH with the transmission. I'm not even sure which one I picked up, but he rattles everything off real quick. This is what you need. He will hold your hand through the experience and make sure it's very positive. So, Gabriel,
I'm proud to say that G-Speed and TGH has grown collaboratively together since 2018. You know, I consider him a business partner of TGH more so than a competitor or a vendor. He's more of you know, we'll go there. There are certain manufacturers out there that carry themselves well, and it's not just G-Speed. It's Brazen. It's Corrupt. It's, you know, XO is certainly proven their way.
Yeah,
XO's proven their way about taking care of people, not engaging in the negativity,
Absolutely.
you know, not getting fired up or beaten up, not playing along, and so they're paving their way too. You look at Super Shafty, you know, Key City Hobbies in Maryland, Frederick, Maryland.
Yeah.
You know, they speak facts, and that's all that needs to be said is speak facts, provide the information, whether it's your product or otherwise, and use your resources and grow the hobby. There is no room for the, you know, I mean, look at Axial. The big box brand Axial drops this Pro, right?
Yep.
And the comments I'm seeing about they copied this and that idea came from that. And like, I'm just like, are you kidding me? You know, who's got the time for that?
But let's just.
It's 100% not copied from anything. We met the designer that had this thing in his truck. That flat rail that they did, that's 2 years in the making.
Don't get off the beaten path. I've been driving against that truck for 2 years.
Thank you.
Running around in a towel, you know, like with just like sneak peeks from Wyatt. Like he's like, yeah, I can show you this, but I can't show you that. So that's not, don't get off the beaten rails because we don't have time for that, right?
Okay.
We don't have time for that stuff. But the point is that we're saying it's just like, if Axial can take what Brett and G-Speed and TGH and Corrupt and XO and Deluxe and all that and put it into a package that makes sense for the masses,
Why wouldn't?
that's cost efficient and effective. If you can't get behind that and see that as motivation for the next step, then miss us with an email.
Yeah.
Flat out, miss us with an email. We ain't got time for that, right? Like, I'm proud of our square drive gears, right?
Absolutely.
Our square driven gears, that allows you a smaller gear, allows you a smaller footprint. We're the, you know, aside from portal gears, we're the only company that did that mostly in a transmission. And that's what they're doing. And I'm proud to say that's awesome. That is great. That is a good thing for the hobby.
Yeah, it's gonna expose.
And
Now-
that's our take on there is no room for negativity. That's why I stopped you. We ain't got, you don't need to qualify or explain, and neither does Axial, because they ain't got the time for that. They need to be focused on the next truck,
Absolutely.
so that people like us can come out and support it. And-
So
and
do
make sure-
you, or just so I'm clear, so you see that Pro build as a doorway, a gateway, you get a starter flat rail comp truck, but this should be a gateway to upgrade eventually would be the hope. I'm hoping that this is a starter truck, learn what a comp scene is about, and then hopefully you're going to realize it's time to drop another $1,100 and build yourself a.
Let's be real. Wyatt has taken that truck to the top 5 for the last 2 years. Now, it took him a little while from the inception to get there, right?
Yep.
But he's taken everything to the top 5. And I mean, I've competed against him, going tied into the last course.
Okay.
And one mistake,
And that's it.
and that's it, right?
Yeah.
And then getting beaten by him. Now, I guarantee you, the Pro kit that we buy is not the same truck that he's driving.
Okay.
In the sense that when TGH says millimeters matter and grams matter, you can make fun of that all you want. But you take a millimeter here and a millimeter there and a millimeter there, and before you know it, you got 10 millimeters of difference. You take a half a gram here and a half a gram there and a quarter gram there, and before you know it, you're a half an ounce. Right?
Okay. Yep.
So that truck is legit for the industry. That is gonna.
It's gonna expose more people to the comp side of everything. And then
Sure.
that's just right. Like, that's a perfect truck for somebody like me who doesn't like to build, but they want to go.
Can't
out
hobby
there.
his way out of a wet paper
Wrong
bag.
again, Bryce. That comes as a kit.
Yeah.
That means you have
it's
to
a
put
kit?
it. Yeah.
Oh, damn! I'd still have to put it together.
Yeah. So
But I think
let's get you
And-
10-3. It's a
I do like what Harley is doing right now. I mean, he's putting some files out there on his Thingiverse page, printable expansion files, start customizing and making it your own. So I think the Pro build is going to have a home for a long time.
Oh, a long time, dude. It's gonna, you know, you're still, I don't foresee the 10.3 going away. I don't see
No.
the base going away. The 10.2 is still out there. It's not discontinued, right?
Yep.
Those are mainstays, and they're still modern, right?
C
Still modern.
channel, scale build, trail truck, You need that 10-3, 100%.
One of TGH aspirations, and this is the only inclination of negativity that I had about the Pro build, about the Pro kit, is one of TGH's inspirations, and as well as Brazen and G Speeds, is to put out a comp spec rig kit. And you get companies like us that we come close, right? You look at our Sherpa kit, all the information is there. You look at G Speed's cheater rig, you look at G Speed's comp rig, right? You look at Brazen setup. We're pulling all these things together to make them easy for the builder and trying to provide, but we're like, collectively between the three of us, we're like 0.75 people, right?
Maybe.
So
Maybe.
So to put all that together takes us a long time, but that was my only inclination. Negativity is like, I've had aspirations of putting out a straight
An RTR.
Yeah, that is comp spec, right? And when I saw that, I'm like, damn, it's about damn time.
They crossed the finish line. It was exciting to see a flat rail come from a company.
They listen, right? They're listening to Wyatt, who's out there in the field representing them. You know, Wyatt's networking with Brett and G Speed, me and Toyzuki and whoever, right?
Yep.
Whoever. You know, you look at Scott Manis and Nabil, two very, very smart people in the industry, and they're playing together. And Harley Designs is, like you said, he's putting those files out there on Thingiverse. That's legit. I had a conversation with Harley about 3 months ago, Josh, on the phone. And I'm like, dude, I got to be honest with you. I said, coming from where we came from, I used to get fired up. And then, like, when you first put Send Cut Send on the map for the RC world, I'd already been using them for a year and a half. I actually literally flew out there and visited their facility, because we don't just do business with anybody. We kind of want to know who we're doing business with, right?
Okay. Yep.
And that takes our TGH family a little step further, right? We want to know who we're doing business with. And I told Josh, I said, dude, I was a little fired up when you put Send Cut Send out there. You know how many times I had to tell them to take our products off their marketing campaign, you know? And I said, but now, a year and a half, 2 years later, I'm like, that's what we need, right? Because I don't care that everybody puts a chassis out there, right? That ain't what matters. It ain't what matters. You got somebody that may be just trying to start out, like Exo, for example, started out of nowhere. Rico is a good dude. He's got experience. He's a good driver. And he's like, he's learned. Yeah, we're coming for you, buddy. Coming to a podium near you, pal. No. But he takes what he's learned and he takes what he doesn't like about what he's driving and makes a product out of it. Got no room to bash that. Sure, it's another manufacturer. Perfect. If he sticks around, then albeit. If he don't, we'll support him until he does. It's all good. It's all good.
I guess you're kind of tiptoeing around one of the things that we notice all the time. There is no shortage of flat rail chassis out there and options.
We encourage anybody that's got CAD to go to sendcutsend.com and upload your file.
Make one.
They'll cut it and have it to you in 4 days and put it together and build it, man. Learn it.
Most of you flat rail guys give me a freaking headache and talking about approach angles and all this low center gravity nonsense. Like, I'm building a trail truck to go for a walk on a trail and take some pictures of a backpack, or take a backpack and a camera and go out on the trail and just take some photos of a truck. Like, I prefer the scale side of the hobby. But you guys are really making me see the funner part of competition. So
this ain't golf. No.
Gotta have fun.
You know, you say that, but what kind of money you got wrapped up in a trail rig that you're happy with, that's ready for the trail, ready for an adventure, right?
Wait.
Adventure.
It's not. I mean, cost-wise, there is nothing wrong with the flat rail and the cost. Like, it's not.
No, this is just another perspective on the money.
Okay.
Let's say you've got $800 wrapped up on a TF2 so that it performs
all day long, easily.
$1,500, right? 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, 2,500.
Yeah, the Vanquish by Phoenix, I wouldn't call that a scale trail truck that much, but I mean, you can drop 4 servos, motor ESC. I mean, those things add up very quickly.
$800 in electronics.
Thank you. You have $500 kit and $800 in electronics.
you or Peter. Peter's been quiet for a minute because you and me we're this. But have either of you ever been? Yeah, dude, I've nonstop. And I guess because I got to keep up with this. But have you guys ever been on the trail and been pissed off because your tiny truck didn't do what you told it to do?
No. No, I don't get pissed off out on the trail.
Maybe we're doing it wrong.
That's why they're not compers.
From the comp side of things, it's not just about comp, it's about performance, right? Like that's why we do Feel Good Fridays. We make 16-inch wide gates. I don't care if you come with a pro, a sporty, an MOA. We don't care what you come with. Course rules or circuit course rules, but everything else is whatever, right? And that's because we want people to have fun with their $1,000 toys. If you come spend $700 with Keith at behind the counter here and go build a truck and show up here and get mad at it because it's getting swallowed up by the rock pile, we have a fundamental problem with that. Fundamental problem, right? You should not be mad at your $500 box stock truck. And if you are, well, come see TGH. We got an answer for you. But nonetheless, right? Like we want people, you get a new guy that comes into the hobby and he buys a $500 box stock truck, like the Element. So that's what we were doing. We were like, okay, you come into the shop and you buy an Element box ready to run. We'll sell you the entire Titan kit for $100.
The upgrade for it.
The whole upgrade, the whole swap over bolt in for $100, right? But we tell you that up front, right? We don't want to sell to Mike 12 times. We want Mike to come back. We want Mike to be happy about his truck. We want Mike to understand what he's building, understand his own goals, his own ambitions and motivation, and we cater the parts to that. Now, you can take a flat rail track on the trail. Do not put a Creeper T and a $175 Holmes motor in it though, because you're going to be pissed off at me that it lasted 45 minutes. You know what I mean? But we want to educate people on that stuff, and that's what we try to do. Unfortunately, we can't keep up with emails and messages.
Well, I think that's a perfect example of why a non-RC person can come in and look at one of our garages and see, 10 trucks up here. Like they see one RC car, but we all know that they are purpose built for something. So you guys are purpose building, rock slaying comp trucks. Might not do so good at USDE, missing your inner fenders and your scale driver and all that nonsense, but you guys are building performance based.
Yeah, see, I got a scale driver.
We're gonna split hairs here. All right. Those body pins are gonna get you kicked right out at USDE.
Well, and that's one of the big benefits or the beauties of the hobby is that you can get the person who likes the stock truck, just wants to take it out on the trail with a walk with their girlfriend and the dog, or you could be like us on the far other side where you're getting followed around with a timer and a clipboard.
Oh, no.
Absolutely. So that's kind of the nice thing about the hobby is wherever you fit, you can fit in the hobby. Like you don't have to take it to the extreme like we do.
Right.
But if you want to, we're here for you. And that's kind of the nice thing about TGH is everything we do is there's a purpose behind it, right? We're not just making a product to make a product. We're making a product because in our eyes, we believe it's either better, lighter, stronger. There's some kind of performance advantage in some way, right? That's why we designed it, or he designed it.
Disclaimer though, to be sustainable, we've got to meet the mass market. So that change is coming. Right? To be sustainable, we got to meet the mass market. Yeah. And to grow, right? Like to date, we don't collect a paycheck, right? I think we've collected one paycheck in almost 4 years.
Wow.
5 years. Yeah. One check.
It all goes back into either
it goes back into the company or 511. It goes into nationals. It goes into SORCA. Supporting SORCA nationals, supporting fall crawl, supporting crawl palooza. Support, right? Support.
Wow.
BEC that I'm working on, and I literally told John, I said, I don't care whose freaking logo is on it. I need it. That's what I know. I need it.
This is what we need. This is what we want to work on.
Peter, let's pause for station identification here. We are raising money tonight for Operation 11 Charlie. This has been something that was not advertised. This is kind of guerrilla style, a fundraiser Proceeds are going back to Operation 11 Charlie. So open up your wallets, get your PayPal ready. TGH got this thing going here. We got a Bobby RC micro scale garage thrown into the pot, and TGH continues to keep spicing this thing up. So bravo, throw up. I don't know where we're at, Pete. I don't know, were we still at that Jeff guy?
Well, Jeff just increased his own bid. He's
Jeff's outbidding himself. All right, Jeff's outbidding himself. All right, Jeff's starting to feel guilty right now. He knows what he's getting. So somebody out there in this planet Earth and social media land has to dig deep. Not that I don't want to see Jeff win this thing. I really do want to see Jeff win it, but somebody's got to dig deep, make Jeff earn it. That's what I'm telling you. So we're going to slide into a segment of the show, fellas, that I want to let you talk to us. Maybe let's do some product talk. I'm going to get the party started. And then you guys can up the ante with maybe a product talk about what's out there already. Tell me what kind of transmission I have in my car. Tell me what you are all working on. What is on the horizon for Teamgaragehack? Now, like I said, let me go first. I'm putting on my Carryallrc hat right now, and coming at you as a business owner and telling you that Teamgaragehack is one of those companies that continues to reach out, continues to extend a hand and toss the waters on all fronts. And we are bringing to you tonight a look at a very special edition V2 backpack and sling pack. The artwork was done by Judd Rummage from RC Prorack. Pete, I lost my camera. Oh, thank you, Pete. Pete's making it look good. So, thank you, Peter.
Let's get John a shout out real quick with the Proracks. That's what's on the wall here.
Yeah. So RC Prorack, Judd Rummage, take a look at the detail. Those sprockets, the gears. I mean, he's slayed it. He is a gifted man.
I want to get that X, man.
Seriously, bro, it's hot. It's super tight. This bag came out very clean. It's a not flashy. It just kind of highlights the TGH logo. We're super excited to bring this thing to the public. We'll get a couple of them over in the clubhouse for a cash and carry option that they will be ready for the clubhouse shoppers and people that come out there. We'll get a few on the rack right away. But yeah, it's going to be hard to let this one go right away. We use this one for.
Don't worry. The first one you send here, Bryce is going to take home. He's going to say, "I don't have one of those. I need that."
I know how Bryce works.
That's right. I'm a sentimental guy.
So I have not put any effort or motivation into like really digging in what separates that, say, from my laptop backpack. So can you educate me a little bit on the ins and outs of that?
100%, please. We'll give this is kind of a little bit of the reason why the Rad Show was put together. This is a no guardrail, no bumpers. We can use this as a product-free zone for a promotional outlet and talk to you about why we produced a backpack for the RC enthusiasts. We kind of took some of the headache that has been a part of the RC world for a long time, hanging a truck. The elephant in the room is that this has a harness to carry a second truck. For you comp guys, you're not going to get this, but I'll give you one example. When you're going to a comp with your one truck and you're going from your car into Key City, walking from your car into Key City, you've got your controller holder and a truck carrier, so it's very convenient. For your scale RC trail enthusiast out there, we like those photo opportunities. So you're going to be wheeling one car instead of going back to base camp to swap out another, or your truck breaks, you have a second truck with you. Next, so what we did, Teamgaragehack is going to understand the the world of patches. If you've been around in the RC industry in the last 2-3 years, patches have come on the scene and freaking exploded. Every vendor wants to not get away from stickers, but they realize it's more than stickers now, that the person wants patches. One of the things that we wanted to do with the backpack, with the V2 bag, is give it plenty of patch space. So there is no shortage of space. Patches up top, down below. All 4 sides are outfitted with molly strapping, so it's usable space, but they're all Velcroed. And you can even put patches on the 2 front places. So you can be a walking billboard out there. People will be able to identify who you are on the trail just by the patches on your back. The inside of the bag is outfitted with for a 3-liter bladder bag. So out the top, you can mount your camel pack hose. If you are a water bottle guy, you can put water bottles with you, or a lot of people, West Coast guys in that hot desert West Coast sun, are drinking a crap ton of water, we found, and their hydration bags were very important to them. The inside of this bag has a harness, a Velcro hanger to attach your 3-liter bag. Plenty big enough to fit a 17-inch laptop. The square footprint of this bag is outfitted for a 17-inch laptop. Perfect for the traveling folk. We just flew down to Florida. This was the perfect companion to float right through the check-in. I had a computer with me, LiPo batteries right in the front pocket, went through the TSA check-in, pulled my LiPos out, set them in a separate bin, right through. So that's kind of...
Where's my standard carry-on bag? When's that coming out?
A standard carry-on. That I know you were asking for you wanted to put a truck in it also, right? It was a pretty unique size.
I'm gonna put 3 trucks in it.
Yeah, 3 trucks. Yeah.
3 trucks, 4 tires, 4 or 5 batteries, because we're gonna run 5 courses. I guarantee it. Somebody is, and then and yeah.
Now, Pete, do you have the sling bag handy right there? So the last thing that we did at the end of 2022, we were working, and we had this thing in the works for about 1 year. This was a single shoulder sling bag, and we worked with our distributor overseas and we married 3 different sling bags together to come up with one perfect utilized perfect RC bag. So on the outside, the left-hand side of the bag, it holds a water bottle. Again, the signature thing for Carryall has been Velcro. We outfitted Velcro around the entire side, front, right sides, and on the shoulder for your patches. Again, controller holder on the side of the sling bag. But again, the elephant in the room, 2022 will go down as the year of the micro, outfitted as the perfect 24 scale micro truck holder. We adapted our kinetic harness holder to carry your micro truck. Now, it is not just a micro bag. It is perfect 10 scale bag. It is what I walked around USDE with the entire 4 days. Extra battery, a couple tools, my water bottle. So it is a 10 scale companion, but it does carry a micro truck. So that was the next step we went as we take our small, humble mom and pop business to the next level. We are always looking to expand what we are trying to do. But at the end of the day, this is my full-time job. I am like a Papa Bear when it comes to my business, because this is what puts the food on the table for my family. I have a great family of supporters and people behind the scenes that help us product test, beta test, go through the R&D process. When we come to market with a product, much like you guys at Teamgaragehack, we are trying to go through the nitty-gritty and weed out and try and bring something original. We're not trying to bring overlap in what's already been done, what is unique, what makes it ours, and then we are confident that we can hold our head high and say, hey, this is what we're bringing to the party.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll be coming out with our patch soon. Oh, did we lose audio?
I hope so. We've been talking about this patch now for a little bit. I'm hoping this is on the horizon for you all.
Well, hey, Mike, just
yes.
real quick, if you're waiting on us,
I'm not waiting on you.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I'm not. No. We can add it when it comes. That's fine. We're when we get going next week, Teamgaragehack is right here. You guys are in my sights right now, so we're ready to start moving on this stuff. We use this segment of the show to kind of launch what's on the horizon. It's been months in the making, trying to get to this point to make the official announcement. The bag is done. We're collaborating with you all and bringing this to the market. We'll fine tune, all the nitty gritty, the boring stuff that we need to work out and get it ready for people to, fly their TGH colors out there on the trail. Now, one of the cool things, I've seen people run shows like this all the time through Instagram and Facebook Live, and that's actually where Peter and I started, was on a Facebook Live, kicking tires in our garage on a Saturday night doing our thing. The reason we slid over to YouTube and run off of a Zoom link, one of the things we're about ready to flex right now is our ability to screen share. So Peter is going to take over his mouse and pop over to the Teamgaragehack website. And if there's anything there that we can snoop around in, anything we can ask questions, talk about, Pete will be I'll help you field some questions over here. Anybody watching, if you have questions about what's in this website, if you want to harass the nuts off these guys about their pricing's too high on something, let them have it. This is your chance. If you want to tell them their website sucks, this is your chance. Let them have it.
That's right. That's right. We take all that criticism. We take all that criticism with stride, and our goal is just to do it better each and every way. Now, Peter, if you want to do the website first, I've got a couple things that we've been working on for this is 2.5. Yeah. So 2.5 years now. I know how to do it, Peter, but we'll do the website first. So Mikey's going to monitor the YouTube chat. So
okay.
We've got you guys set up on a projector so we can see the YouTube chat on another screen. But to modify a scale truck in an acute, clever, and wizardly manner, I mean, that's hacking. If somebody is offended by the word hack, then I urge you to try to keep an open mind, right? One of the whole reasons that TGH started was the whole reason our name came about was because somebody had made a comment on one of the business. So some business made a comment about don't trust a hack.
Peter, can you click around a little bit on here while he's talking? I always want to stare at the same thing.
Yeah,
no. Where should he head?
Go to the exclusive tab and click on transmissions, for example. Just go to the exclusive tab. Yeah. He's premature, Mike. Yep, there you go. Gotcha. So, one thing that we could probably do better is create some different catalogs that make more sense for the products as we've grown. Keep in mind, we started with one transmission and here we are. But so we try to place the products where they can. The nice thing is that if you go up and hit the search button, hang on a second. 1 second. We got a catastrophe about ready to happen.
Oh yeah, we're good.
Good.
Yeah. So we're self-taught. We create our own stress and struggles, but we've tried to learn from our history and make things instead of telling you that you need a too low with a skid plate, slipper plates, and all of that, and then charging you nearly $200 for it. Instead, if you find it too low, the cameras, we're screen sharing right now, buddy.
I think the one that I have is that Creeper T. That's exactly like the one I'm looking at.
But if you take the too low, and it's now $115 instead of $180, right? And that's because it's wasteful for us to say, you know, Mike, you need this skid plate with that. You need these slipper plates with that. You need XYZ. Whenever it's become such an industry standard that
He made it.
anyway, it becomes such an industry standard that, you know, people are able to fit that into different builds that we couldn't even wrap our head around, right?
Wow.
Like that wasn't our focus, you know, and so in order to support that, that's one of the things that we did. And I mean, when you look at the screen that's on here right now, you
Yeah.
have a white background, half a gray, half a grayer, you know, and that's just us
set up picture.
Yeah, that's just us being very rudimentary and learning as the table turns, right? I mean, you're looking at a guy that's got a 7th grade education.
At best.
So,
and comparable today, that's maybe 3rd. Because
right, yeah.
talk to my niece and nephew, like, oh gosh.
In today's times, that's like a 3rd grade education. But you know, so we struggled through every step of the process. Everything is self-taught. You know, we have a lot of thanks to give for people that helped us get to this point with the website. Even
It's
like
very clean. So far, it looks good, guys.
Well, we hope that it gives you the information you need, and we hope that you know, as we refine and develop the website, as we refine and develop our contact us page, as you know, all these processes are on our to-do list, you know, as well as refining product for that matter, you know, and yeah, it's a good feeling to know that we started with a 3D printer in 2018, and here we are today, where we can do the things that we do for Op11, for, you know, reaching out to like K&K and saying, hey,
I need hardware.
We couldn't afford to buy your screws before, but we can now. And we can do that because we don't collect a paycheck, right? And you know, that's all of that plays into the way the website is. And I don't know, you know, what y'all think about the website. Feel free to drop it in the chat. We'll go back and look through it. You know, we're open to, you know, there's reviews for a reason, right? It took us 3.5 years to figure out how to put a review on there.
Peter, can you kick back over to him while he's talking? I want to see him. I'm tired of looking at this. There we go.
Thanks, Jeff, for loving the color options.
So is this your, who are we talking to here?
That's Winchy talking to you.
This is Winchy.
Oh my goodness. Step back, Winchy.
Perfect. Stay. There you go. Yeah.
So Chris, are we using K&K hardware then? Or is that what you're telling us on all of your transmissions? And
every single TGH product that comes out with hardware is K&K hardware. Absolutely. And that's
or assembled.
Whether it's included or assembled, it doesn't matter. Yeah. You know, as well as CowRc Utter Butter, right? We're supporting the local people, you know, stateside, if you will. And I mean, we support people overseas too. Don't get us wrong. I don't care where you're from. I really don't care where you're from or what you drive. But when it comes to, I got it. Tell Winchy to stay focused. Would you mind? Tell Winchy to stay focused.
Keep dancing.
focus.
You know, we reached out to Mr. Kirby, I don't know, a year and a half ago, early 20 or something like that, 21, early 21, and it said, here's our website. Here's my sign-on information. Here's what I pay for the bulk items. You can look at our ordering history. Is there some way you can come close to that? We'd love to support a stateside, local, small shop. And he was straight up with,
he laughed at you.
Oh no, he just said, at the quantities that you're talking about, right? And this was when we were still in my basement, right? And the quantities that you're talking about, it's, you know, we're more than pennies on the dollar, right? And I said, that's fine. Then we came about the warehouse upstairs here, the clubhouse. So we've got a 1,500 square foot warehouse where we do all of our receiving and assembly. And now we got a place to put 10,000 of every screw. So I reached back out to Mr. Kirby and he's like,
now we're talking.
Yeah, and he's looking at the prices and I'm like, so what if I buy 10,000 of everything at a time? Yeah, it might take me 6 months to get through them, but that's okay, right? You know, don't count on an order every month, but count on I need 250,000 screws, you know? And you know, it's like Gabe will tell you, I tell him, oh, I'm waiting on screws, and he'd say, that's not an excuse, right? Well, now I don't have to tell Gabe that I'm waiting on screws, right? Like we got more screws than we know what to do with. But you know, that's just an example. If any of the small manufacturers that are new out there are listening, that's an example of bringing it full tilt and supporting the hobby, right? CowRc supplies all the grease. We don't go anywhere else. Avid Racing Bearings.
Hey, thanks, Jeff, for the 140 on the bid.
Yeah, Avid Racing Bearings, which is out of Denver. You got CowRc out of the Northeast, right? Supplies all of our grease and cleaning supplies for our whole entire operation. You've got Holmes that gives us the education on the motors and make sure that our ratios complement motor dynamics. And you got AJ with Super Shafty that you know helps us understand how a business is supposed to work, regardless if we do what he tells us or not. You know, Vader Products is a good example. Look at Vader Products. You know, I designed the bullnose skid. I didn't order samples. It shows up. I call Ryan and I say, dude, I'm sitting on 200 skids for 3 weeks now and I can't release them. They're just too close in the public's eyes to release. What do you want me to do? And he tells me what he wants to do, and that's what I do. And so now it's a Vader product. But that's called supporting the hobby, you know, and that's what it's all about. So don't lose sight of that, you know. Our website ain't nothing fancy. It's got everything that we've got available to us that we think we know we have on it. Sometimes hopefully, and sometimes when your orders take a little while, it's because when she's got to go up there and find them, you know, find the parts and pieces that I told Mikey they were here, and he told me they were there, and they aren't in either place.
Yeah,
so, you know, small business struggles, but a lot of good stuff coming on the horizon. Back to the topic of the segment. Can you get this guy out here? Yeah, and I mean, if you think about our local shops, here's something to put into perspective for you guys. Mike with Carryall, you know what Bryce has done to reach out to you guys because he enjoyed his time with you, just like you enjoyed your time with him. All of our big box brand stuff, we don't buy from the big box brand. We buy it at cost from the local hobby shops in the Denver area. And I mean, I'm talking to the tune of tens of thousands of dollars of inventory on the wall. Right, our customers in this shop need a set of axial wild boards. We don't have the space or the place to bring on Horizon or Traxxas, so we go buy 2 or 3 sets of drive shafts from the local hobby shop, and we pay full price for it. And we put it on the wall, and then the customer's got it if it's there.
He's got an option.
He's got an option, you know, and that's growing hot. We're not competing with local hobby shops and things like that. So anyway.
No, I love the mission statement for the clubhouse. I love what you guys are doing for the hobby. As RC enthusiasts and business owners, you guys are blurring the lines and showing how you can make it both. You're enjoying your passion and still growing a brand. You're making others look bad.
And we'd like to warn anybody, don't think that's easy.
It's not.
Me and Bryce and my wife and Mike's wife and all of our team drivers, right, that all come here and put in work. We all have full-time jobs, right? Mikey is here full-time, and Keith Haas is here full-time. It's still not enough, but
we do what we can. We get a lot done.
We get a lot done. Sometimes 3 times, but we get it done.
And we don't do it.
It's just not easy, right? It's not easy, right? We can get away without collecting a paycheck is because we all still have jobs,
right?
And we have a team and a family that has the same mission, right? And so, you know, you look at Gabe, he's got a team and a family that meets the same mission. You look at Brett with Brazen, Austin, right? They got a team, they meet the same vision. It makes it easy for Brett, Austin, and Gabe, you know. And for us, we are taking it a step further. We will continue. We're proud to say that if you're buying TGH products, you can count on at some point it's going back to somebody else other than us. Right? I guarantee it.
It ain't coming here.
I guarantee it. So, and that makes it hard for us as humans, right? Like, you know, we put in 24/7 collectively, and at least, and we get frustrated and we get tired of it, and we question, and it's like, we come here on a Friday night and you put the earbuds in and you don't step behind the counter and you drive a tiny truck and you
realize what it's all about.
I woke up this morning so refreshed. I was just like, oh my God, I didn't do anything business at the clubhouse.
That was cool. It was great.
It's hard. So just be wary of that. Don't, you know, I promote everybody to grow the business, but I promote you to
Take the time to enjoy the business too.
yes.
Every once in a while, you have to
forget
enjoy all of the,
Yeah.
the fact that it was a 3D printer and now we're hanging out in a clubhouse.
Yeah. So can I share my screen right here?
Peter, is he your co-host?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Here's a little something we got going on.
Oh, this is cool. Yeah. Check this
Yeah.
out.
So my wife went into labor May 20th, May 22nd, 2020. And while she was in labor, and they gave her
Good
the
husband,
epidural, yeah, excellent husband. Well, they gave her the epidural. I didn't have anything better to do. So this is what I did from 4:30 in the morning until she started spitting out a head at 7:30 at night. Can you guys see that?
Yeah. Wow.
That is smaller than a micro winch. That's coming down the pike.
Look at these guys flexing.
You're able to service the motor without tearing the unit apart. You're able to service the gears without tearing the motor apart.
That's what it's about.
My daughter's 2
Holy
years old.
Wow.
wow.
Now I know why you need more screws.
Yeah.
That's
Now you see why we have buckets on buckets. You ever held 10,000 screws in your hand? You really think about throwing across the room. You're like, it's no longer fun throwing a screw or two because this
So
is
we've
gonna
got,
hurt somebody.
I've got, oh, did I close that? I closed that. So we'll let's see here. I think I got it. So you guys have heard about the new super shafty transmission that dropped, right? The collaboration between us.
Yes.
So yeah, so
If you didn't, just say yes.
TGH and Super Shafty has been working diligently on this for 2 years solid. So let me pause this real quick.
I mean, Super Shafty has a great name and recognition to get linked with right out of the gate. They've been bomb-proofing stuff for
Yeah,
a lifetime.
Exactly. And this is a bomb-proof transmission, by the way. It's collaborative design, manufactured and assembled by TGH. And just as soon as I figure out where my zoom buttons are here, we'll share that again.
And correct me if I'm wrong, the concept behind bomb-proofing is bigger diameter, beefier everything. Is that?
Yeah, so when you get into the science of it, and we'll talk about why this is playing, how about that? When you get into the science of it, you're talking about radial and axial loads, you're talking about moments, and you're talking about shear points. So all those things come into play. And so, yes, they use a larger diameter bearing. They use larger diameter pins. They both inside and outside diameter. For example, we use a 6 millimeter ID bearing on our outputs in a bomb-proof transmission. We use 2.5 and 3 millimeter pins, 3 millimeter pins on the output for the, for those shear points. You want those shear points. You want something to give. But when you talk about bomb-proof, if it's used as it's intended, and I use that loosely, right? Because 6 millimeter outputs, you're looking at rock bouncers, you're looking at hill climbers, right? You're increasing the reliability of the unit, right? And not to say that it won't fail, because I don't know if you've ever met an RC truck driver, but we can break anything, right? And it's not about that. When AJ says that it's bomb-proof, yes, they're stout. There's nothing like it on the market as far as output size goes, bearing size, et cetera, et cetera. But really, what you need to think about is peace of mind to know that as long as one of these two companies are involved, that will be covered, no questions asked, so long as it wasn't, swatted with a driver on the golf course type of thing, the one thing TGH has done since day one is let's see here. One thing TGH has done since day one
And when you say covered, are you warranting these somehow?
Yeah, so these come with a bomb-proof warranty.
Wow.
These come with the same bomb-proof warranty that AJ's been doing for years. You know, and I say no questions asked, but you really need to consider. You know, there will be a question asked, like such as application, how did it happen? Send it back to me, let me review it. And a lot of people think that has to do with
not getting your money back, but actually as a business owner, you're using that feedback to help you guys design. You need that kind of R&D input. Tell me how it broke so we know in the future what we're dealing with. If people call me about a backpack with an issue, don't put your guard up that I'm not going to replace your bag, bro. I'm literally asking for how it worked to better what we're doing. Like that's the reason for the questions asked.
Yeah, and so like for example, AJ, you know, he'll tell you in a bomb-proof transmission, it's typically the idler gear, and so he's prepared for that, you know. But if you don't ask, I mean, if you tell me that you put a 2-low in an SCX6 and you ran it for 4 months and then it grenaded, I'm going to send you a new 2-low, and I'm also going to want pictures. Like hook it up. That's awesome. I need to know that.
But there's a process, right? We need pictures. We have to freaking discuss it because, like, sometimes it comes down to like, oh, well, what was the setup, right? Like you put it in your 6 and you grenaded in the first 4 minutes. Okay, we need to know that as well, right? Like, so there's a whole process that goes behind, like.
But yeah, so just consider that when you're dealing with manufacturers, right? Like I know it's cantankerous and cumbersome to ship something back, but when you ship us something back, I carry that thing with a fine tooth, and I'm like finding the root cause. But I have to have an understanding of what you dealt it also, right?
Well, I think
but that's so important for the customer to understand. Sorry, P, I'll let you go in 1 sec. It's important for the customer to understand. The questions are not so much to give you blowback and give the customer a hard time. This is literally growth for the vendor to improve upon and understand the scenario. Pete, go ahead. You were going to say something.
No, I was going to say, it's good to see, I'm reading a comment in here. It's good to see, besides comp trucks, it's good to see people utilizing TGH parts in other rigs, like you were mentioning earlier. So there's one comment in the chat room, which is very interesting. So this person says, I have TGH components in my FMS Michigan. Can't wait for it to see it out perform on the trails. So it's interesting to see, first of all, I would like to know what components, but taking those parts from a comp going into a scale truck. So
yeah, that makes
a good point.
I like to see that also because it just proves that it can be done. I would say that to whoever posted that, I would say that if you have troubles or issues, that I need to be the second person to know, because I can help. I can both identify our drivetrain's fault in that, if there is one, or point you in the direction to what might make it better. You know, if you're running, for example, if you're running a creeper T out on the trail, I'm not going to tell you no, because I do it too. I take my $1,500, $2,000 comp rig and I go trail run it 300 gates. And when my motor blows up, I come back here and I put a new one in. But not everybody's got that luxury, right? So I would tell somebody like, right, but I would tell somebody, put a seal cam motor in it. Pull your comp motor out, put a seal cam motor in it. That way you're burning up a $20 motor and not a $175 motor, right? That's okay if you're okay with that, but understand the outcome of that. So here it is in a little bit better color. It might help you see how it goes and comes apart.
Brent said, Chris.
Are we staring at the bomb-proof one now? This is the collab with Super Shafty?
That's correct.
Me one, just build.
And is this available now or coming soon?
This is available right now on Key City Hobbies website, keycityhobby.com or keycityhobbies.com.
Yep.
As far as TGH vendors are concerned, or distributors, if you're interested in any of these products, you can email Bryce at Teamgaragehack.com or Chris at Teamgaragehack.com, and we can get you set up. But we are able to distribute this to our vendors, and Super Shafty at Key City Hobbies is handling all the retail side of things.
Yeah,
And
so
this does not require any special skid plate then? This is marrying up to.
This is a legacy 3-gear mounting pattern. This particular unit that you're looking at here, with the Ford motor mount attached as it's shown, although not required, this particular unit here with that attached is the exact same width as the Element transmission with a motor.
Okay. Wow.
So Ford motor, it's I forget exactly how much, but it, you know, the top shaft on this, the input shaft where the spur gear is, if you put a 56 tooth spur gear on there, as I designed it around, the top of the spur gear at the 12 o'clock position is the same height as the top shaft in an Element and BP. The top of the spur gear. That's how much smaller this thing is. So,
Wow.
pretty cool.
Ricky Boyster says hi.
Ricky.
And
Hello,
So,
Ricky.
we're pretty proud of that. You know, we let's see here. I got one more thing I can throw up
RC
here.
girl Mike joined us.
Haley, jump in here, girl. We're raising money for Operation 11 Charlie right now. Teamgaragehack has put up a flat rail combo. What did you all spice this thing up here with? Tell me what we got, guys.
That it comes with the Ford motor mount. It's coming with the new Vader skid, the
shaft.
bullnose, and the shaft.
So yeah, so basically to be the whole hog setup, right? You'll have the Ford motor mount, the bullnose skid. You'll have the Ford shaft.
Mike's gonna put it together. And the screw.
Probably a spur locker is necessary.
And your
right?
donation and bid will go to proceeds go to Operation 11 Charlie. And Rad Rc Show is kicking in the micro scale garage from Bobby's RC Garages. I mean, I'm teetering. I don't know, Pete. We could kill it tonight, or we let this run for a week. It's up to you guys.
We'll see where we're at. We'll see where we're at. You know,
I would like to at least let it run until Monday night after Operation 11 Charlie show. That's my vote.
there you go. And maybe they could just piggyback the link, right? Because
Yeah.
we're gonna need those. You know, we're gonna
it'll take some managing, but we'll get
it's
it.
difficult to say, but somebody will get upset
Okay.
because they didn't, or they did, or they heard, or they said.
Yeah. Right. Yep. Okay.
Well, the current bid is 140.
140. Jeff is sitting at 140. Outbid it himself. Jeff, outbid yourself. Get to that 150 mark at least.
So at any rate, you know,
This is beautiful.
I just threw up the flyer that we put together for vendors and such. Kind of tells a little bit about that F6 transmission. As you see it pictured though, is how it's assembled and shipped. So what I mean by that is that it comes with the Ford adapter and motor plate, but it's not assembled that way, right? Because we want it to be a multi-platform fitment. We want it to be versatile. We want it to be effective. You know, 0% or no overdrive, 18% overdrive, 26% overdrive, 8mm gear faces, 1045 through hardened gears and shafts, made in America, assembled in America, designed in America. You know, we've put a big effort lately of putting our stuff through to you know, bring as much manufacturing stateside as we can, support small shops, things like that. And so, you know, I mean, this is just another example of that. We got some other things that are in the fire. You know, I showed you the winch, which is we'll let the wizard of electronics handle the electronics on that. That'd be Holmes. But that's a TGH winch design based off a scale winch. We've got FMS has got that little 1/24 scale portal axle that we're gonna do some gears for, standard TGH issue. We've got
For the FCX 24 you're talking about?
the FMS one.
Yeah.
We're gonna do
Fantastic.
overdrive stuff for that, some underdrive and overdrive stuff for that. We've been working on a offset axle now for almost a couple of years. Yeah, one of these guys right here. One of these guys right here.
Oh yeah, the Power Wagon, fantastic. And have you seen their monster truck? I bet you guys could do something for the monster truck.
Yeah, I will see. If there's a demand for it in-house or from a driver, then we will. I would expect to see some clockable portal C-hubs soon.
Nice.
Soon being hopefully before the end of second quarter.
I got some
clockable
updates.
C-hubs for portal axles would be good.
Go ahead, Pete. What did you want to say?
All right, I got some updates here. We have a little bidding war going on between
Fantastic.
Mr. Kilburn and Jeff. So now Mr. Kilburn's up to 170.
Fantastic.
Mike Devlin just came in 180. And then back to your question about that Michigan, he just chimed in. Holmes 13T forward facing transmission. Made it to metal 1-to-1 transfer case, 90mm shocks. Futaba 1080 electronics. So that's you'll see that in the comments.
Jeremy Kilburn, are you hearing this? They're talking about the FMS Michigan. They've got, this dude's got a setup going in there, because Jeremy was one of the first guys to put up a YouTube video doing a leaf spring conversion on the Michigan, and that got raffled off down at USDE and went for a pretty penny. And some lucky winner got that leaf sprung Michigan. Dope setup. But to be able to bring some TGH to your Michigan, my mind right now is like melting.
Mine too.
But like Peter was saying, it's really cool to see the scale, the performance come into the scale world with something as simple as a Michigan like that. That's awesome. I love it, and that just goes to show you guys how hard you all have it at TGH. You have no idea what your customers can come up with. You guys at TGH think you guys are the brains behind all this, thinking you've solved everything, and then customers just come along and find new ways to do cool things with your stuff. That has to make you all feel really good.
No,
That's
it's
a big-
super cool to see some of the stuff people come up with. I mean, like 2 transmissions in a truck sometimes for some of these 6x6 and 8x builds is
Wow.
unbelievable. Some of that.
I'm going to put the 9-minute warning on us, guys. We're coming up to our 9-minute warning. We're going to wrap it up. So if you all have something you want to zone in on, hone in on, do we need to cross something off our agenda list that we did not get to? This is the time to do it.
I think we should go over the event we have coming up in June.
Roger that.
Regional champion event. The update as of right now, we are dealing with the refund issue that happened through the people that we're doing the Eventzilla with in WePay.
Yeah.
We just got confirmation yesterday. They've admitted to the fact that it was
It wasn't our fault.
It wasn't our
Yay.
fault. So we did nothing wrong on our end.
And we're working with them
Yeah.
to try to get it all dialed.
And basically what we're doing right now is we're waiting for the 14 business days so everybody can get their refunds. We're working with them, either them or us will be reaching out to the people who already purchased tickets. We'll be confirming their orders, and we'll be
reprocessing
Yeah.
all of it.
we'll be
Yeah.
Okay.
So the way it was explained to me, not being inside of that, right? Hearing them talk about the event, I'm not part of that committee. And the way it was just explained to me the other day is essentially their capabilities are there that, obviously the committee has all this list of these people that were shafted, if you will.
Yeah.
And
Best way to put that out.
Yeah, I don't know
So
how
we'll
else
be
to put
reaching
it.
out to those people to confirm their orders and redo the purchasing process.
It'd be like an invite only type of thing.
Yeah.
Right.
For-
So
for-
Eventzilla will allow these guys to do an invite only to those email addresses. And you guys are gonna give people 30 days or something to fulfill their invoice before those tickets are relinquished.
Yeah, we're still working out the details on that, but it is coming and we are working on it. Another big thing we want to point out is
What Keith said.
the place we're at, where we're doing this event. It's Beaver Meadows Resort. It's also part of our family. It's one of our family members who's
Oh, you
reached
put
out
that
to one of his people.
Is it here?
This is a big deal
No.
for all of us
That was
crawlers
listener.
in Colorado
This one
because
guy.
as you know, out here in Colorado, you can be on a trail and the rangers can come up to us at any point in time and be like, hey, that's a motorized vehicle, pick it up, walk it out of the trail. right? We've all
Don't
had
give
to
them a
deal with
hard
it.
time.
Yeah, it's not anything we can deal with it. It's a political issue, but this is a huge opportunity for us as RCers to put on an event here in Colorado. We want to plan on inviting some of those park ranger type people so that they can see the impact we have on the property, the way we take care of it. So that's going to be a huge thing. If you're coming out to this event in June, it's going to be all about having a good vibe.
It's all about the community.
Yeah, the
and
community.
how we can handle ourselves and how we better the community as a whole, not just as the RC community, but that it's okay. And we want these RC guys to come drive around in your park because these are all good guys, right? Like
we're gonna leave
They
it
pick up the trash. They don't leave it.
Yeah, we're looking out for somebody that may, we got guys that are out here at 2 o'clock in the afternoon when you're at work that see somebody breaking your ass. That's the guy you want, is the guy crawling his car because he's gonna call cops for it, right? Like you don't want that guy down the street over here because he's going to be helping that guy. Like, here, let me hold the window open for you, right?
Yeah.
Like,
So one time, for example, we were at Table Mountain crawling.
Yeah.
And in park rangers, there was people, all kinds. We're driving trucks on the trail, right? It's a walking trail. You're not motorized vehicle, albeit whatever.
Yeah.
time limit.
There was a rattlesnake on the trail. And
Nope.
it was a problem for the people on the trail. Like Parks and Wildlife was like, you're in their space,
You're in their home.
And we're like, no kidding, you don't say. And we said, well, how about we take one of our trucks and we go nudge it off the trail, go provoke it to get off the trail. And so you don't have to worry about the 300 people that are up the mountain coming down, stepping on the thing. Like we can promote that. And so we did. And the park ranger was super stoked about it. He was like, I've never seen anything like that in my life.
It's like, yeah, I don't even have to get bit by the dang thing. Like, this is great. Nobody's actually even getting close to it. Like,
yeah.
Because it has no scent and it moves. So it's one of those things. We all seen it around a dog. Like, dog freaks out. Like, what is going on with this?
Yeah, don't smell it. Don't smell.
And it moves.
And it moves.
Yeah. So you drive within like 10 feet of it. It just.
Yeah. So like Bryce has said several times on the event page, the event is happening. If you got tickets, if you have a deposit down on your VRBO, do not sweat
Don't sweat small stuff.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
don't sweat the small stuff. Right. There's a reason I'm not part of the committee, and because I am like anal about events, and we will go broke putting on a good event. TGH will spend a lot of money
to make it right.
to make an event fun. Live music, open bar, bar and restaurant, and making sure people have. I mean, we rented an entire lodge. We rented an entire lodge just in case people like Element and Axial wanted to show up and be on site, right? Like, are there people that are put out and they make the effort to come? We want to make sure that we could do. I think we got a few campsites reserved too, right? Because you never know. I mean, we can go around the corner and rent a pull behind trailer and take it up there and drop it in the camp spot. That'll sleep 6 people.
Oh yeah, I mean,
right? Like
the 3 of us can sleep this close. It hasn't been done before.
We may or may not been the 3 guys in that up the creek without a paddle movie.
Where's the insert banjo right now?
Hey, John does play a good banjo.
He does. John does play good banjo.
We should invite him to come play.
Hey, and another shout out to our local, all our local community here. We got a lot of people here who do a lot of things for the RC community. We got RC Basement. We got JTRC. We got Hobby Town. We got
several hobby towns.
We got a really big community out here in Colorado.
The crawl space
for the crawling community. And it's a good thing.
Action Hobby.
Is that crawl space south or is that regular crawl space?
North, but let's shoot out crawl space south too. Dave K-Beck. Down in Colorado Springs, right? That's in one of our team drivers' neck of the woods, Steve Craig. He's doing a lot of good things down there. When you think about, he's
absolutely.
I don't know what the right word for it is, but he is advocating for making sure that they're taking care of, the local parks and just kind of like what we do around here, right?
You have Headhunter in Colorado. You know this guy? This is a fellow RC guy. Headhunter Studios is out there in Colorado. You don't know who this is yet? You're going to right now. Headhunter Studio, a fellow Coloradoan neighbor of yours. This cat will take hand-molded, handmade driver heads to the next level. Like,
Somebody told him that he's got a problem.
demonic looking, like, creature. So making your scale driver heads look cool.
He can join the club. We got jackets. It says, I've got a problem.
Yes, he's got a problem.
We got a guy
There you
too.
Nice.
And No Mercy Racing.
Oh my God.
Look at the detail on that.
That is insane.
Wow.
Shout out to Wes.
Shout out to No Mercy Racing, Mile High Carburetors.
Is that a 3D print? Is that?
Dude, that is a self-scan of his bold ass head. Sorry, I know you might take offense to that, but
No.
He's like, no.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. So Mike's put it together. Oh, look at you.
It's actual size.
Let's see.
Posable. Fun size.
You got issues
right.
too.
Yes, we've got problems. Send me a shirt.
Hey,
So
but are they really problems? Are they really?
they're good. They're good problems to have.
Good problems to have.
I used to once be addicted to the craps table.
Oh,
Oh yeah, shout out to Scale Science
no.
and Copilot.
Where are we? Pete, where are we at here? Where we at? Is Kilburn?
Kilburn's at 200. That's the final bid. That's a beauty.
All right.
A fellow Operation 11 Charlie member has stepped in and threw $200 at his own, going back to his own organization. I love to see that. This is your final call for tonight. If we're going to decide to call it here, we'll make that decision. But we are hitting the 10 o'clock hour. This is your last chance. Guys, it's up to the TGH family. Are we calling it?
Hold on a second. Here's what I'd say with that, Mike. You're more well versed in being so if people comment while they're watching this after it's been posted, will those comments go to the end or will they go to the timestamp that they commented?
Peter, if
they're gonna show up on the replay. I don't know about the timestamp. I mean, somebody.
Yeah, so that's my only concern is I don't want to create a situation where we're creating work for ourselves and trying to figure out
what time.
I say you just call it. I say you call it.
we're going to give it a 1 minute countdown. Right now, Jeremy Kilburn, you're at $200. Jeremy Kilburn is leading. If anybody is going to step up and beat Jeremy Kilburn with his $200 donation and proceeds going to Operation 11 Charlie, this is your time to do it. Jeremy Kilburn, be on a rapid fire to outbid him there. So Peter, watch the 30-second clock now, and we'll call this.
Hey, Mike, what time you got, buddy? And
we got 10:02 over here in the Philadelphia side.
Add another minute to the clock.
Roger that.
Do a one-off Cerakoted
I'll fill it.
creeper tee.
I'll fill it up.
It's not assembled, but it will be assembled.
Yeah.
That goes in. That's going in.
Wow, there it is, people.
Seconds. Now, real quick,
Set it up. 1 minute.
While that's shooting off, Mike, is there anything else pertinent that we need to cover to make sure that we're paying due diligence in respect to that it is not present?
As far as not
Anything.
present,
Or present, I don't care.
We have a question. Can a local pay in person at TGH or no for the
No.
donation?
So hold on. If a local makes a bet and they want to pick it up rather than have us ship it, we will donate the shipping charges into the pot.
so the answer is yes.
Yes,
Yep.
but Jeff just outbid Jeremy to 240.
All right, that's what we wanted. All right, perfect. There you go, Jeremy. Now you got some action. 20-second time clock is on. 20
So
seconds.
anyway, Mike.
All right, yes. Go ahead. You're saying we need to make sure we dotted our I's and crossed our T's here tonight, fellas. I want to come back full circle and apologize. I came out of the gate and showed some respect right away to Joey and Mamba Bryce here for what they did and how they wowed me and rolled out the red carpet. But that did a disservice to your whole family and how you.
G-Speed chassis just came in, 275.
Dave,
That's at the wire.
Stepping in at the last second.
I love it. That's a snipe. That is a snipe right there.
How did he snipe that?
Don't be copying my chassis design. Don't be copying my design.
That is a full-blown snipe.
That's a snipe right at the buzzer.
That was a snipe.
Fellas, I will tell you, we did not forget about Gabriel Fleming tonight. We showed mad love and respect back to the man. That everyone can learn from this guy. He will take you straight to the top every time. He leaves no man left behind. He is one of the good guys.
From the top, and there's room for everybody at the plateau. I'm here to tell you.
That's right.
Plain and simple.
I hate the name drop because I always feel like we left somebody out, and I meant no respect to the rest of your TGH family because I'm sure you all do your due diligence and all grind hard. Again, I love what you've done for your city, joining the Halloween parade and doing all the fun stuff. You guys have been doing it right. You are a true beacon for this RC community to follow a lead and set a standard. Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it. Let me do a quick shout out. I'd like to give a shout out to 149 RC Works, JC Concepts, DSM Off Road, RJ Fab Tabs, Black Gecko, Akers Engineering, Max Custom, Key City Hobby, Fisher's Crawler Parts, G-Speed, In the Works, Hardcore RC, Corrupt, Perp Mark. There we go. Right here.
Right.
Give it to them all. Go ahead and go over there, Mike. You should put it in the screen. I'm just going to call them.
Wow.
Nitro, Permart, Side Creations, Fifth Dimension, Exclusive RC, Dixieland, Team Coast to Coast, Big Buddha's RC
Like at the
Ranch,
end of the show, the
Jobber. How about them boys on the East Coast, that East Coast Tennessee group?
Yeah.
Holmes Hobbies, G Speed, Visio Comps, Reefs, Retro, Canyon, GK, IERC, Super Shafty, Shavelize. How about A-Main Hobbies, Elite, Axial, Element, Proline, ATL, so on and so forth. We'll forget somebody, but we love you all, and thanks for growing the hobby.
And CowRc, the whole family, Jen's Ace, the whole nine, everybody out there. You guys are making mom and pop businesses look good. Thank you for not forgetting everybody and continuing to show the RC community there's enough piece of the pie for all of us. Don't fret, don't sweat the small stuff. You know, when people come to Carryall, for example, we say the C stands for choice and the A stands for alternative. The choice is yours. The alternative is us. It's that simple. There is literally no gun to your head, people. So save the shit bashing comments. Keep them to yourself. There's no gun to your head making you buy here. So listen, you don't like it, scroll on.
What's Gabe's fucking saying? Gabe's saying is share. What is his saying? He's got a saying. Gabe's got a saying.
Did Bryce say it earlier in the show? He dropped a fun.
He might have, but you hit the nail on the head, man. You did. We really are humble to be here. We appreciate it. We know we're a shit show, and we know we're scatterbrained. You have, if you only knew, you should see us build a rock pile. It's borderline. We need a mediator.
Hey, this is the furthest I've built a truck in
but we're doing the best we
in
can.
this amount of time. So
yeah, and we don't do it for us. We do it.
There's a saying with a monkey and a football or something like that out there, and it's probably a lot like that.
No, that's for elementary kids. Ask Jeremy, he's been here. Ask Mr. Kilburn.
Yeah. And Jeremy loved it. I'm hoping, June, sometime west, we can get out there. We want to come out and see Skittles and head out to the ASD crawl or Purline by the Fire. There's a couple of West Coast things on our agenda, and we hope that we can only do our best to find our way to your clubhouse.
Well, I'll leave you with this then. We've provided this with, we're going to say that everybody gets one chance. We don't presume anything. You get one chance to make your own story, right? And there is a place for industry professionals in Denver, Colorado that does not cost you a dime. We'll leave it at that. Those that know, that have been there, already know. Those that are interested,
reach out.
book a flight.
When you're in Denver, reach out.
Yep, we got you covered.
Wow.
Hey, Mike, we gotta start a campaign. Road
Yeah.
to the
Road
club.
trip.
Hashtag road to the clubhouse.
I love it. I love it.
I hear it's Road to the Rockies currently.
Nice.
Yeah, Road to the Rockies, but stop by on your way.
Continue to send our love and support back to your TGH ambassadors, what you guys are doing. Continue to keep reaching out, bomb-proof everything, and keep doing what you guys are doing. You are on the right track.
Well, we appreciate that positive word, and we'd say the rest for the rest of the community. The community as a whole, just promote growth.
So Gabriel Fleming is the proud winner. Is that it?
Yep.
Yeah, he just sent me a text though and said that he was going to throw in that 275 and whoever he outbid could buy it too. No, he really didn't do that, but
we will be in touch with you all tomorrow. We'll work out the coordinates and figure out if how we get this micro scale garage out to Gabe's way. Thank you again to Bobby RC Garages for donating the micro scale garage for this guerrilla style Operation 11 Charlie fundraiser. That's how we do it. Just spontaneous. I like it.
Yeah,
we got the community together. We might as well do some good with it.
Yeah, do something with that.
Lead by example. I love it.
Involute at teamgaragehack.com.
Yep.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Hey, and thanks to everybody in the chat for playing along with our bidding and all of that. And
and keep on tiny trucking. Look at this guy's
exactly
sweater.
it.
Yes, yeah.
Hey, you guys
Okay.
have a
Guys,
good night.
take care.
All right. Thank you, guys. Peter. Now that is a lesson learned here tonight, Pete. We took the show an hour longer than we ever done. Well, the Sorka night, these comp guys know how to talk. The Sorka show went long. I knew with Teamgaragehack it was going to go long, but they came squared away. As self-deprecating, and I know they like to bash on themselves and think that they're not squared away, but look how professional they are. It shows you how they're, picking on themselves. But dude, they brought freaking PowerPoints along, like literally showing how the trans goes. Who does that?
I mean, as being an owner, of the chassis, and I got to see the Winchy, all these months, Winchy shows up. I mean, raffle. We got big names dropping in. We got a sniper at the end. I mean, tonight was a explosive show.
Yeah.
My wife can't even recap anything that happened during the week. Now I'm done for the night.
My wife ain't gonna care about that. I'm sure Sean gonna get an earful from her. I thought you said an hour.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to explain to her, but you have no idea what happened.
I saw gears, I saw screws, but coming prepared for the show and such a great company to go along, when we talk to Gabe, hearing their vision as well, how they collaborate with all those major brands. Well done, TGH. I mean, what a great company. I'm looking forward to buying my second one and, stand behind their product. Great group of guys, man.
Absolutely.
Get into that clubhouse. And,
Peter, I'm going to start shutting some lights off here, but listen to me. Next week, we're going to do some talk about USDE. We're planning to talk about USDE. Next week, I want to get into crawlerpark.com and the fun little stuff that you can do with your micros out there with what Crawler Park's doing. We can break into that.
Speaking of micros,
Yes.
Anybody wants a micro? I have one for sale.
Ooh.
I would throw it up. Brand new TRX 4M with Treal axle housing. So
No,
I'm going a different direction. I'm not going to start this project. So
are you hearing talking? Are they unmuted or something? Oh, they're co-hosts. Yeah, we have a hot mic in the background.
I just mute them. So yeah,
okay.
I decided to go a different way.
What are you asking for it?
220.
Okay.
With the Treal axle
with the Treal axles.
Ship 240.
Okay. Oh boy, I might have to get in on that.
Brand new, spanking paint, all boxes, manuals. Send me a message.
I know I got those portal axles you want. We might have to be talking here on the side.
So yeah,
you like still want those portals?
Well,
are you going in a different direction?
No, hey, after tonight's show, that new chassis that they just raffled off, that had my eye very quickly.
Seriously, and and that trans, I'm looking. I know I got the TGH trans set up in there.
I have to upgrade. It's still my favorite, but you know, it's gonna have to be. It needs a brother. So.
And there's options out there. There's some very cool options available. I think I'm going pro build. After meeting up with
I wanted to say before we sign off, I wanted to say, because I forgot to mention this earlier, the TGH guys and you made an excellent point. The pro build from Axial, perfect stepping stone for somebody that's just getting in a hobby, doesn't know anything about comps. It opens the door for your vision. You know, you could easily go out, get that kit, and then you comp and you say, wow, what's TGH? What's G-Speed? I don't think it's a negative, like TGH said, like you said. I don't think it's a negative build or release.
A gateway.
A gateway. That's the perfect word.
It's a gateway drug into the scene. It will get you started. And they know, these business owners know, with the flat rails, they're going to come look into them. They're going to say, well, okay, I had fun with this. Now I want to go.
Wow. Breaking news. Hold on, not to interrupt you. We just got a promo code in the private chat here, Mike. You ready for this?
Okay, let it rip.
So use Rad Rc for 10% off the entire Teamgaragehack website until further notice.
Wow.
They're still on, but they're messaging. So Rad Rc, 10% off the entire Teamgaragehack website. Thank you.
We didn't even have to ask them for that. And that is one of the things that we normally do on the Rad Show. Any guests, we always ask them to please come prepared with a promo code. And I did not say a word to these guys ahead of time.
That was very generous.
That was generous on their behalf. Normally we're grilling people. Hey, come with a promo code, something to give away. So again, these guys lead by example. Yeah, Pete, it's been a fun recap, a fun talk with the Teamgaragehack family. I'll show you this has been an outlet and a promo, great commercial for Teamgaragehack. You know what you're buying into. Good family, good support. I like the warranty that they're doing. It all makes perfect sense. And obviously, as Carryall's business owner, obviously the collaboration project with them, it humbles me to even work with these guys. I feel blessed and honored to be able to come to their level and work with them. It will be a huge honor.
That backpack looks sick. I definitely want that X.
Judd killed it.
Man, Judd killed it. I mean, that X is just awesome.
Yeah, Pete, I know we're late tonight. So again, everybody that sat through this whole Rad Show, to the fans that enjoyed the show, to our fans that enjoy sitting and watching us each week, you are welcome. You got a bonus hour out of us tonight. And we'll kind of call that, because we weren't here last Saturday, we felt obligated to give you an extra hour this week. So if you were jonesing for the Rad Show last week, you got your 2-hour fix this week.
Awesome. And just to remind everybody, make sure you support the show. I'll post a full recap tomorrow in the TGH fan page, as well as the Rad Rc Facebook. Make sure you give us a follow on Facebook, Instagram, and also on YouTube. We're getting closer to that FMS giveaway. Then, like Mike said, we're switching gears. We got CowRc giveaways, Rebel, RC, Bobby RC garages. So we're ready to kick off the giveaways, and we'll have a guest next week. Look for us during the week and look for the recap tomorrow. And we'll see you guys next week. Get out and trail tomorrow, wherever.
Yes, sir. I'll be out there tomorrow enjoying that 50-degree weather.
All right. Take care. We'll see you guys next week.